headlines. Vietnam moves to provide free education in public school system. And later on, administrative reforms to boost private sector growth. Good evening and welcome to today's headlines, your go-to bulletin for the most important stories shaping the day. The Political Bureau of the Party's Central Committee today decided to waive all tuition fees for students from preschool to high school in the public school system nationwide, starting from the 2025 to 2026 academic year. The Politburo made the decisions after examining the government's report on financial balancing capabilities during and after the streamlining of the political system's organizational structure under the Politburo's Resolution number 618. Previously, several localities had already implemented the tuition-free policy for students in the public school system. Now this afternoon, Prime Minister Phie chaired a discussion with Chinese businesses, stressing harmonized interests, share risks, and the close bilateral ties between the two countries. Major Chinese corporations expressed appreciation for Vietnam's support, highlighting it as an attractive investment destination and a key link in the global supply chain. The government senior leader urged Chinese businesses to make Vietnam a production hub and contribute to digital, green, and circular economies. He also called for technology transfers, support in scaling Vietnamese enterprises, and cooperation in institutional development and smart governance. Moving on to other news, Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Bùi Thanh Sơn chaired a meeting today to review relevant agencies' preparations for Hanoi's hosting of the 4th summit of the Partnering for Green Growth and the Global Goals 2030 in April. The summit, scheduled for April the 14th to the 17th, is expected to bring together approximately 800 to 1,000 delegates from over 15 countries, international organizations, investment funds, research institutes, and businesses. The Deputy Prime Minister suggested that the summit's agenda include an additional session on just energy transition, alongside 4 existing discussions on sustainable finance, food system transformation, breakthrough technologies, and human capital development. Vietnam also invites ASEAN leaders to participate in the event to highlight regional solidarity in shaping global issues. The Vietnam government is actively simplifying administrative procedures to help private enterprises achieve faster and more sustainable growth. Many businesses have expressed enthusiasm for this policy, noting that excessive bureaucracy has long been a barrier to their development.
Since joining Ho Chi Minh City's stimulus program in 2020 to 2021, mechanical enterprises have borrowed billions of US dollars for factories and technology, but have yet to receive loan interest support due to legal restrictions. Though recently approved, disbursement procedures remain incomplete.
A case such as this, lasting for more than 4 years, is unreasonably slow for businesses participating in the stimulus program, creating significant challenges and pushing many into a difficult situation.
Social housing developers encounter significant challenges as legal procedures often take 4 to 5 years. The lengthy process involves multiple steps, including planning adjustments, land transfer approvals, investment policy approvals, and price appraisals.
Our costs will rise significantly, including interest expenses. Secondly, we lose valuable investment opportunities, which are crucial.
Experts highlight private enterprises as a dynamic, innovative force driving national economic growth. Administrative reforms are crucial to unlocking their full potential.
To drive strong growth, administrative reform, such as streamlining procedures, reducing approval times, and expediting business licensing, is essential.
Experts emphasize that reducing administrative procedures and legal barriers is crucial for economic growth, especially as the government targets 8% growth in 2025 and aims for double-digit expansion in the following years.
Now, a total of 18 banks have registered for a preferential credit package under the Bank Business Connection Program in Ho Chi Minh City, with a committed amount of $20.23 billion. They are Vietcombank, Vietinbank, BIDV, Agribank, ACB, Sacombank, Saigon Bank, Nam Á Bank, OCB, HD Bank, BV Bank, Techcombank, NCB, Bắc Á Bank, BIDC, Việt Á Bank, Toyota Financial Services, and Shinhan Bank. The Ho Chi Minh City banking sector will continue this program to support businesses, expand credit growth, and boost economic development. In 2025, the program will focus on dispersing the preferential credit package and facilitating business dialogues. Next, many social housing projects to be licensed for construction in 2025. And protect cultural heritage from the impact of climate change. Welcome back to VTV News. A report from the Ministry of Construction has shown that this year, the entire country is expected to have 135 social housing projects with nearly 102,000 units. Specifically, Ho Chi Minh City has 21 enterprises registered to build 52,000 social housing units on self-created land funds, along with 8,000 units from 7 land areas calling for investment and 10,000 units from public investment sources. The city aims to reach 70,000 social housing units by 2030 and shorten administrative procedures, creating land funds for the development of this housing segment. In Hanoi, it is expected that 11 social housing projects will be completed this year with nearly 6,000 units. In the next 5 years, the city aims to have 50 new projects registered with a scale of 57,200 units. Many localities in Vietnam have also announced plans to develop the housing segment for low-income people. Many solutions are being implemented to provide clean water to people living in saltwater intrusion areas in the Mekong Delta. 10 domestic water pipelines with a total length of about 22 kilometers have been built in Tân Phú Đông and Gò Công Đông districts, Tiền Giang province. These are 2 districts heavily affected by saltwater intrusions, always in a state of shortage of fresh water for domestic use in recent years. Tiền Giang Water Supply Company is also urgently completing more than 21 kilometers of water supply pipelines for more than 500 households, building 16 public water supply stations to serve locals. In Sóc Trăng, the province authorities have shortened licensing procedures to upgrade and open several water supply stations. The province is investing in building new, upgrading, and expanding infrastructure through the Rural and Urban Clean Water Supply Project. A scientific workshop with the theme Vũ Lâm Palace of the Chen Dynasty, its historical role and orientation for conservation and promotion of values, was held in Ninh Bình province on Thursday. This event aims to preserve and promote the value of Chang An World Heritage, according to the commitment to UNESCO. Located in a special area in Hoa Lu mountain range, Ninh Bình province, Vũ Lâm Palace under the Chen Dynasty was an important military and political center, and was also the place where King Trần Nhân Tông became a monk and founded the Trúc Lâm Yên Tử Zen sect. Chang An World Cultural and National Heritage is the center which creates momentum for the goal of building Ninh Bình into a millennium heritage city. Thừa Thiên Huế, with the highest annual rainfall in the country, faces pressure in preserving the Asian Capital Rally Complex, a World Heritage Site, amid climate change challenges. The flexible application of folk knowledge combined with modern technology is the approach Thừa Thiên Huế is adopting to restore and preserve its heritage.
For the first time, 3D scanning technology was employed in the restoration of Thái Hoa Palace to preserve its original features and create a digital archive of the project details. This provides a reliable basis for precise comparisons during the restoration process.
Along with traditional painting, we must use technology. For example, we now install an anti-termite system with pipes running along the columns to periodically inject chemicals.
Hué's heavy rains have damaged the tiles of the relic. The glazed tiles have been repeatedly restored, but their quality remains poor.
In 1993, the Phie Monuments Conservation Center restored the tiles using a lead-based glaze with a melting temperature of around 800 degrees Celsius. This temperature didn't ensure the tile's integrity, causing leaks when water seeped in over time. Later, we proposed switching to a cyclic glaze with cyclic acid, which has a melting temperature of about 1200 degrees.
When we raise the temperature of the tiles to 1200 degrees Celsius, the two layers of glaze and clay melt and solidify simultaneously as the kiln stops. We also use new technology to make it waterproof and wear-resistant.
By combining traditional folk knowledge with new technology, Thái Hoa Palace has been revived after 3 years of restoration, restoring its Nguyen Dynasty appearance. This approach will also be used by the Phie Monuments Conservation Center to preserve heritage against climate change.
And up next is the weather forecast. And that's the end of today's headlines. To watch our program, you can download VTVgo from our mobile application or visit our YouTube channel, VTV4Go. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.